Hi everyone, I'm Trisha from Product Labs, and this is session number 2, Sketching Part 1. Why sketching is so important? There are 3 basic reasons we can look at. First, Sketch gives users the ability to draw and communicate their product ideas. Second, it's the foundation of any 3D model. And third, skill to generate perfect sketch must be mastered before learning modeling. In this session, we'll be learning to create sketches by using the functions and buttons shown in the picture in my left. These buttons are primarily line, rectangle, circle, arc, and so on. So let's get started.
To start sketching, let us first open a new file by clicking on button labeled as New in the top menu. In the pop-up window, select Sketch as file type and give it any name you like. Now, click on OK button. Now, Sketching user interface opens up where we have many buttons in the ribbon which are divided into various groups based on their functions. First group is Datum. Next is the Sketching. And then Editing related buttons. And finally, Dimension related buttons. These are the important and most commonly used buttons in sketching. Now, we'll be learning to use these buttons one by one. Firstly, we'll be learning to create center lines. To do so, click on the center line button to draw a center line. Now, left mouse click anywhere in the graphical area to draw a horizontal and vertical center line. To finish drawing, we have to again press left mouse button. Similarly, we can draw a center line at an angle. Once we finish drawing of center line, press center mouse button to come out of sketch. Now, Creo will automatically populate the dimensions of sketch. In this case, angle is the only dimension. To define angle of your choice, double-click on the angle value and then manually change the value. To delete any of the center line, just select it by left mouse click and press delete button in the keyboard. Second item is to learn to create points. Now, click on the button labeled as point in the top menu bar. Now, we can place these points in graphical area by left mouse click. Press center mouse button to come out from sketch mode. The moment we come out from sketch mode, Creo will automatically populate the dimensions in the sketch. To delete these points, just select and press delete button. Third item is to learn to create coordinate system. Now, to create coordinate system, click on the button for coordinate system in the ribbon on the top and then place it anywhere in the graphical area. Hit center mouse button to exit from sketch mode. To delete it, just select using mouse and hit delete button. Now, we'll move on to sketching entities under the sketching group. First, toggle on the construction mode by clicking on the button labeled as construction mode. Now, create a horizontal line by clicking on line button. Please note that if a line is horizontal or vertical, letter H or V automatically appears along with respective line. Now, click on circle button to draw a circle. Press center mouse button to exit from sketch mode. Now all the dimensions will appear in the sketch. Click once again on construction mode button to exit from it. To create a line, click on the line button. And then click anywhere in the graphical window to draw a line. Press center mouse button to exit. Similarly, circle can be drawn by clicking on circle button. To delete, select all entities using left mouse button and press delete button in the keyboard. Now, to create a chain of line in one go, select this option. Unlike previous option, in this one, we can draw any number of straight lines without exiting. If we want to break the chain, we can use Escape button. To exit, press Center mouse button. Dimensions appear automatically, which can be modified by double-clicking on them. Let us delete this now. Next option in the line, which is line tangent, which is used with circular entities. So, let us draw two circles first. Now, to draw tangent on these circles, we can use line tangent option. Click on both the circles one by one. Line would automatically become tangent to both the circles. Now, if we want to delete any of the segment in this sketch, we have to click on Delete Segment button under Editing group. After clicking on Delete Segment button, click on the segments to be deleted in the sketch. Now, let us delete the sketch. Now, let us learn to draw various kind of rectangles. First, we'll draw corner rectangle. To do this, click on Corner Rectangle button and then left mouse click anywhere in the graphical area to draw it. Similarly, we can draw other three types of rectangles. Let us delete all the sketches to draw other ones. This is center rectangle. It remains symmetric about intersection point, which is the cross section of diagonals. Next is a parallelogram. In this one, sides remain parallel to each other, maintaining the angle of slant. Now, let us delete this to proceed further. To do this, we can select the sketch and then long press right-click and select Delete option. Now, we'll learn to draw various kind of circles. First type is center and point. Select this type and click anywhere in the graphics window to define center and again left-click to finish. Press Center mouse button to exit sketch mode. Similarly, we can draw other three types of circles. We'll draw concentric circle now. Concentric circle is the one which has same center with other circle. To draw this, we have to click on an existing circle, or in other words, click on the circle which is going to share its center. This is 3-point circle, and to draw this, we need to specify 3 points that would lie on the circle, or in other words, circle would pass through them. Next type is tangent type, where we need to select 3 lines which would be tangent to the circle. So, let us draw 3 lines first. Now, select the circle type to be drawn and then select the lines to make the circle tangent to them. Let us draw another one also. To draw the circle, we'll click on 3 lines of rectangle to make them tangent to the circle. Now, delete the sketch. Next, we'll learn to draw an arc. To do this, click on the button named as arc in the ribbon area. There are 5 types of arc available. First, let us create 3-point arc. To do this, select this option from the menu bar in the top and click at 3 different points in the graphical area. After that, press center mouse button. Now dimensions can be modified if needed. Next arc type is center and ends. Here, you have to define center of arc and 2 end points. Next is 3/10 arc. To draw this, create 3 lines which are to be tangent to the arc. After that, select Tangent Arc option and then click on these lines one after another. Now, delete this sketch to learn next function. Next type of arc is concentric arc, meaning that the arc to be drawn would have same center as an existing arc, which would act as an reference arc. So, first draw a reference arc. Now, click on Concentric Arc option. After that, click on the reference arc which is already there. Now, decide the offset by moving mouse and then click again at 2 points which would be start and end points of arc we are creating. Now, delete this and move on to the conic type arc. To draw this arc, select Conic option and then click at 2 different points in the graphical area. After that, move the mouse to define the shape and then press left mouse button once again. Now press center mouse button to complete it. Now, delete this sketch. Next item is to draw an ellipse. There are 2 types of ellipse. First type is axis ends ellipse. For this, click at 2 different points in the graph window and then move the mouse to define another axis of ellipse. Now click once again and press center mouse button to complete. Now, we can define the dimensions of major and minor axis. Now, let us delete all these ellipses and move on to the next type. For this, click once at any point and then move the mouse to define major or minor diameter of ellipse followed by a left click. Now move the mouse again to define another diameter followed by another left click. Next, we'll learn to create spline. Click on Spline button and then click anywhere in the graphics window. Multiple bends can be created in the spline depending upon the left clicks we do in graphics area. Next item is fillet. Let us draw a square to create fillets at its corners. First type is circular type fillet. To create this, click on the lines forming the corner. Dimensions can be changed if needed by double-clicking on dimension value. Similarly, we can create other 3 types of fillets. Second type is circular trim. This is elliptical one. And finally, we have elliptical trim type. Now delete this sketch. Next item is chamfer, which will also be created at the corner. So draw a rectangle first and then click on chamfer option. After that, click on both the lines forming corner. Now, chamfer dimensions can be edited. Similarly, we can create second type of chamfer as well. Next, we'll learn to create text. To do that, click on Text button. Now, draw a vertical line from top to bottom. A pop-up window will appear. In this window, we can write the desired text and set the font type. Also, we can set other parameters like position, aspect ratio, and slant angle. Click once again on the text button and this time draw the vertical line from bottom to top. It would print the text upright. Change fonts and other parameters as desired. Let us delete this now and move on to the next item. Next menu item is offset. It would essentially offset existing entity by a defined distance. Let us draw a line now. Now, click on Offset button and continue with the default selection of option Single in submenu. Now, click on the line to be offsetted and then enter the offset distance in the field given in the top. We can see the line has been offsetted by the distance we entered. Let us delete this line and draw a rectangle. Now, we can perform chain offset and loop offset in this rectangle. Chain offset allows us to offset multiple lines together. In loop offset, we can offset entire loop in one go. In this example, entire rectangle can be offsetted in one go using loop option. Next item is thicken. To do this, first draw a line. Now, click on Thicken option. Go with default selection of single. After this, we have to input thickness and offset value. Similarly, we can do other option like loop. For that, we need to draw a rectangle which is essentially a loop. So, this is in loop kind of geometry. Now, we'll move on to the next item known as palette. Within palette, we have many predefined shapes available which are commonly used in sketches. These shapes can directly be imported from this library. Now, click on the palette button in the ribbon area. A pop-up window appears. We can select the desired shape here in this window. These shapes are listed under three groups, which are polygons, profiles, shapes, and stars. Once shape is selected, click anywhere in the graphical area. We can rotate the symbol by using this arrow. Keep the scale 1:1 to ensure correct size with respect to sketch. Now, press OK. We can try to create other shapes in a similar way. Another way to rotate the shape is to input the angle value in this field. With this, we have finished the first part of sketching session. Thank you.
So this was all about part 1 of the sketching. We'll resume remaining items of sketching in session 3. If you have any questions, you can find us on social media. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.